I'm live. Hey, if you are checking the recording of this out, go to denverguitarorchestra.com. That's where all of the stuff is. And I'm going to go post a link there right now. And we will be starting in 3 minutes. So if you're watching the recording, obviously fast forward in 3 minutes. You are working, you have more control over your future than I have at the moment. Link to join will appear here. Will appear. Link to join. Highlight. Delete. Control V. Shift. Highlight. Link. Enter. Edit. Settings. Open a new window. Update. Update. Isn't that crazy? That's how much it takes just to type. Come to this link. And then you have to hit view page to make sure that it took. And then you type, go scroll down again for the millionth time, and you click, and sure enough, opens up where I'm supposed to be, and we will be getting in a rush of people coming in to play guitar. Sound is good, and your laptop lid is not in the way. It's totally in the way. I left my sheet music thingamabopper over at the studio, and so all day today I've been playing off of this laptop, and it is an inferior activity. The thing is you can either put everything in a 3-ring binder and carry that around everywhere, which is fine when you have one instrument and 5 songs. But the way we're doing things, we end up with 400 instruments and 75 songs, and I don't know. There's something wrong with us, you guys. And so. I'm going to be fighting this darn laptop as we speak. Hey, Evelyn. Evelyn's in. Vic is in. Google Drive and PS Score. Oh, that's a good idea, right? My little gadget over there is sort of like a giant Kindle. It's actually worked out pretty well for teaching. It's not good for orchestra play because it's not fast enough, but for teaching, it's fine. And I'm pretty good about when I'm packing up at the end of the day, putting in my laptop and putting that thing in. But last night I thought, I'm going to come over here tomorrow and teach. And then I decided I'm not to. And so I stayed home today. And that means that I couldn't get to my sheet music. Yeah, hey Nancy, welcome in. That business of keeping it in the cloud and then using your score reader to go back and forth really works out. And I think you probably have it on a iPad type thing. Is that right, Vic? I think those make a lot of sense. This little Kindle gadget I bought, I bought it so that I could conduct when I'm outside in the sun, and it's not affected by sunlight, which I do about once every 10 years. And it's just not anywhere near as fast as an iPad, and so it has not been it's not very useful as iPads. Yeah, it's not very useful as an orchestral thing. I did a conducting class where we had 3 huge scores, and there was no hope. It just could not keep up with that kind of data needing to be moved around, and so it was disappointing, I guess is the best word to use it. All right, let's see. I updated the baritone spaghetti monster thing to include measure numbers. And so if you are in the baritone class, you can now go and update your score so that you have measure numbers. I can't believe I forgot to put those on there. No, I can believe it. What am I saying? I can believe it. I've done way dumber things than that. All right, let's see. Spaghetti Monster, Soloist. Reload. There they are. Okay, so there we go. So we got them. Hi, everybody. Let's see. We are going to be playing... Oh, goodness sakes. let me get to the guitar stuff now. Google Drive, guitar. Well, let's play Frere Jacques, or not Frere Jacques. What are we playing? Row, row, row your boat. Let's knock that out. All right. First up, double check you got your D chord. Be thinking about every time you play a tune, do I want to play it as thumb? Do I want to play it as pluck? Do I want to play it as arpeggio? Okay. All of right hand decisions. One, so we'll count to two and then we'll go. 1, 2. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream again. Row, row, row your boat right across the lake. Don't stand up and rock the boat, oh, that's a big mistake. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay. Lots of different ways to use your right hand. Find a way that makes it prettiest for you. Okay, play the melody. Ring finger on 3. Everything's either I was about to say everything's a 1, 2, or 3, but that's not true on this song at all. It's all over the place, right? So be prepared. Know where your 10 is. It's going to come up. 1. The arpeggio is difficult. It is, right? That's why we work on them. Okay. Even a simple song like "Row, row, row your boat." Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Hey, Pauline, don't you hate those days when just everything's fighting you? You know, it's like, come on, technology. We are lucky to have the technology we have, but it can be some days, right? When you're doing arpeggio patterns, remember the big takeaway from all arpeggio playing is the timing is everything. It's everything. So if you're in 6/8, you have to either be in 2 or you have to be in 6. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a mess, right? So you could do row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Now I'm in 2, right? So I'm 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or I've got to be in 6, which I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Okay. The other 6 pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So whenever you start to work on a song like this, which it's never a bad idea on a song where you can sort of more or less sing it, okay? I can more or less sing "Row, row, row your boat." Then to be thinking about, all right, now I want to start practicing getting my arpeggio patterns together underneath my singing voice. And so I think, even though it's not a level 1 skill, it's level 2 and 3, really a level 4 skill, to be honest, is arpeggio picking. The sooner you start it and the more you work on it, the sooner your fingers are going to start cooperating. I know on a day-to-day basis, I play lots of arpeggios, but every now and then a song will come around, or I'll work with somebody and they want a specific thing, and then I've got to be really talking my fingers into teaching them to cooperate and to do a certain activity. And in order to do that, it's just time, right? You just got to put in the work in order to get your fingers to do whatever it is that you're going to be asking of them. And so recently, not recently, this is almost a year ago now, I was working with one of our players in the orchestra, and she wanted to do this medieval piece, but she was really looking for a very specific right hand pattern that she could do, that she wanted me to do, so that she could then play the other parts of the song. And so we spent a long time, she spent some significant amount of time teaching me the pattern that she wanted. And then I had to sit down, because it was not a natural pattern for me, to really sit down and study that and memorize what she wanted, and to talk my fingers into doing it. When you're newer and you're working on your arpeggios, nothing is familiar, right? So for me, thumb, index, middle is a pretty common pattern. I've done it a million times. It's pretty easy to drop into. But when you're brand new, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 can be pretty challenging. And the minute you start singing, right, row, row, row your boat, if your hand starts to get off, then your singing starts to get off too, because there's all this stuff that's going wrong all at once. And the only way to get through it is to practice, of course. Again, with arpeggios, look at the meter. 6/8 is here. Come up with either a 3 pattern, a 2 pattern, 6 pattern. Figure out what's going to work in the song, and then really coach your fingers into doing it over and over and over and over, and then bring it up to the song. It's always easy to talk about, very hard to do. Okay, let's play the melody. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, oh, 2, 2, oh, 2, 3, 5. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 2, oh, 3, again, 3, 3, 3, oh, 2, 2, oh, 2, 3, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10. Do it one more time and go. If you're brand new to instrumental guitar and you can do that, you're well on your way. That was pretty fast. I was booking it through that. Tomorrow for concert, we might slow that down just a little bit. But if you played along with that, and you're keeping up with me, that's a good sign that you are ready for level 2. Okay. All right. Now, level 1, we don't expect this, but it's YouTube, right? So you're going to give it a shot. Okay. Tough axe. It's not a level 1 skill. It is a level 2 skill. But I do have them on level 1, just so that I can always offer people, hey, here's what you're going to be playing down the road. Okay. So grab your D chord and let's play Tough Axe if you want. If you're not there yet, it's perfectly fine. Okay. Well, Vic's doing great on melody. That's exciting, right? That is exciting, by the way. That was played basically full speed. And if you're playing at that speed, that's a really good sign that things are going well for you. You're putting in the time to get your comfort level up. Okay, from the top, Tough Axe. Or you can play along melody-wise with me, or toss in the chords, whatever works. 1, 2. for the ending from the top. Ready, go. One more time. Good. Okay. Pauline, you're knocking the melody out as well. Okay. Guys, as I've told you all the time, playing melody is the most important thing that you can do in this style of play, because what playing melody does is it leads to playing chord melody. Okay. Playing chords does not necessarily lead to playing fingerstyle in any way. There are guys who play chords at the highest possible level who never once have ever had a melody come out of their guitar. It comes out of their face, and that's fine. Okay, but in order to get to fingerstyle, in order to get to playing where the guitar does all the work for you and you just hang out and have it happen, you have to be able to play melody. You have to be able to either read standard notation or tablature, either one. That's the same thing. One's easier to read than the other. One is far more effective on this instrument than the other. But you want to be able to figure out, hey, I need to be able to play melody in order to play the rest of the stuff. And so that's what you're working on. So I'm excited that Vic, you're playing well, and Vic, and oh no, not so good. Not so good on tough acts, right? Way, way, way harder. All right, so that's row your boat. That's where we start, right? Get solid in level 1 skills, and then when we go on to level 2 skills, you can get sad again, right? No, you can continue your growth. All right, level 2. What are we talking? What song are we playing today? I've already forgotten. I'm using 2 computers because I didn't bring my other one home. Level 2. The more we get together, the song everybody wants to play on guitar. The more we get together, I figured out a couple of years ago, last year, that it was a 2-chord song, and so I put it in here, even though I don't know if anybody really wants to play it or not, but I like it. All right, so let me change my view here so I can see the whole thing. View, page display, 2-page view. All right, now we're ready. All right, so again, G chord, okay, and D chord. Okay, let's sing it a couple of times. Go through it twice. 1, 2, ready. Oh, it's in 3, so we count in 2, and then we're gonna go. 1, 2. The more we get together, I can't sing this one at all. The 1, 2. The more we get together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I'm strumming in 2. That's what the problem is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. The more we get together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and your friends are my friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. The more we dance together, together. The more we dance together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. One more time. The more we play together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your Okay. Perfect example of not getting my act together prior to starting. I was strumming in 4, and then I couldn't sing it at all. So then I thought, well, I better back up, get my rhythm right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your waltz time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Suddenly I can sing it, sort of, right? The more we get together. So when you are a chord player, you got to get your rhythm right. You got to get the 3 right, or the 6 right, or the 4 right, or whatever rhythm you're in. And then after that, singing it is much easier. If you're trying to strum with the way you're singing it, you're going to end up in a pickle. But if you are get your strumming right, then you just sing right over the top of that nice rhythm, you'll be fine. Okay, let's play the melody. Again, level 2, general expectation, you're playing melody fine. Okay, let's see how you're doing. 1, 2. One more time. Again, playing melody at full speed. Okay, that's about as fast as you'd want to play that tune. How we doing? Okay, um, probably if you're still working on your melody and you're learning reading tabs, probably that was a struggle to play it at that speed. So do not feel like you are supposed to play it at that speed. If you're fighting your way all the way through it, you're supposed to be playing this at a slower speed, and there's nothing I can do to tell you that's probably more important. Well, there's a few things that may be more important, but one of the very highly important things to tell you is slow down, right? You want to keep your rhythm steady. And so if you have to play that at half that speed in order to make the melody come out, do it. Do it. That's fine. There's no speed. There is no policeman that will give you a ticket for slowing down when you're playing guitar. It's what you're asking it to do is extremely, extremely challenging. And I want you to be keeping the pacing steady and getting your melody out. Okay. That was pretty fast, to be honest. Okay. Getting you ready for Friday's concert. So we're playing stuff a little on the fast side today. All right. Next thing would be arpeggio picking. I gave you an arpeggio on this one, which is the middle index thumb, middle index thumb, middle index thumb, middle index thumb. And then just making sure you have your chord on. It might be fun to practice, right? So let's just try it. Ring a middle index thumb. It's always on these strings 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so put your G chord on. 1, 2. The more we get together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. your friends are my friends, and your friends are my friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Okay, I think that arpeggio pattern is dumb, and so I will probably rewrite it whenever I decide to redo book 2. It doesn't feel like it fits the song very well, but it's worth trying and seeing if that if that's one of the things you're working on is arpeggio patterns. Finally, tough acts on this song. Grab your G chord, ring finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string. 1, 2. Let's play it again. Very peaceful. I don't know. Just has a nice uh, way about it. Um, the sort of reliance on coming back to that G chord over and over and over again. It starts to feel very comforting, and I think the other nice thing about the arrangement is that you can hit that D chord every single time, right? The full D chord, so you don't have to overthink which strings you're grabbing onto. Just grab the full D chord every single time, and you've got something going on there. Again, choose your level. Okay, if you're working on chords and that's what you're working on, strum with me while I'm playing that. If I'm working on tough acts, you're working on getting your chords together. There's no shame in that, right? You are working on getting your G chord and your D chord together and strumming those in correct timing, making sure your G chord is on when it's supposed to be on. If you're working on playing melody, whatever speed I'm playing at, you're trying to play at that speed too. And then you're taking note of that speed. Hey, I'm playing, I am having no problem keeping up with Gary. I don't need to spend any time stressing out about this piece. I can't keep up with him at all. I'm going to need to play it slower. I'm keeping up, but I'm crashing at measure 7 and 17 or whatever it is, right? And then when that happens, that's really good news because now you're saying, all right, I can play this thing except for this one stupid measure, and then you go in and study that one specific spot. But don't let yourself be crashing. Slow the thing down and then go through until you can play it at your speed. And if that speed is half of my speed, that's where you're at. That's perfectly fine. And make sure that you're never comparing yourself to another guitar player or another musician. Today, I got an email from Werner, and he sends out, top level guitar players. Have you seen this video yet? And inevitably, I sit and watch, and I think, I don't even see their hands moving. They look like an angel. They're just flying through this thing. Nothing. How are they even doing that, right? And if I thought well, I should just quit because I'm never going to be able to do that. Then that would be a poor use of those videos, right? What you want to be thinking about is I'm working in that direction. That is my North Star. I am going to steer my ship in the direction that that person is playing. Uh, I probably am never going to get to that North Star, but that's where I want to get. And it'll be surprising how quickly and how far you do get toward that North Star. And then once you get to a North Star, then you got to set a further North Star. And I know that for me, my thing is, boy, I'm pretty solid with my thumb, but I'm not as solid with this. And so I spend a lot of time studying what are these great guitar players doing with their right hand that I can take advantage of. I can say, all right, she's playing it this way. I'm going to try doing some of those techniques as well. But don't compare. But if I compare myself to them, I will lose and I will quit. And um, uh, I'm not quitting anytime soon, right? I got to master this thing, right? But I do think having a couple of guitarists that you like that you go check in on and see what they're doing is a smart idea. But don't be that guitarist. Just use them as a guide to say, hey, I want to get there. I think right now you guys have a lot of really well done arrangements that you can work on to move you in that direction. But again, be thinking about what skills can I bring to that, obviously there's lots and lots of players who are way better than I am, and so I will be an intermediate stopping point for you. But the skill set that you're building now is going to be the same exact skill set that you're going to use for all styles of guitar, and that's why I like what we're doing here. Okay, that's enough of the more we get together. Third song, I forgot. What are we working on? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not in very good shape here. Trumpet Voluntary. Let's go. Let's go knock that guy out. Level 3. And Trumpet Voluntary. Double click. Set your view. 2-page view. Right. Oh, and then I have to end. Do we go on to page 3 here? No, the whole thing fits on 2. That's right. Okay. Let's make sure we know where we're going on this one. So you're starting at measure 1, and you're playing all the way through 16. Then you're going back, and you're playing all the way again through measure 8. Don't quit. Vic, you make me laugh. I'm not going to quit. I should, right? I go through. There are plenty of people who will say that. Yeah, I'm better. So and so's better. You're better. Blah, 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 blah. If you compare yourself as an artist, you're doomed, right? Go to measure 8, jump to measure 17, you go all the way down to measure 24. When you get to 24, jump all the way back to measure 1 and play back through 8. So a little complicated when on the repeats here, but it's a good opportunity for you to learn what DC al fine means. De capo al fine, right? Go to the head, play through the fine. Okay. No point in doing the chords. These are level 1 chords for you. Make sure you're comfy with them. D chord, A chord, E7 chord. Okay. It's funny. This song is in D. There's a lot of D to A in the beginning, right? It's a very solid, kind of almost boring bass. And it's not until you get into the bridge, into the second section of the song, we're going to bring in some E7s to create some difference in there. All right. So those are your chords. Not that interesting to talk about. Let's talk about the melody. Okay. Let's just play the melody, just as if we are in concert tomorrow. Remember, you are going up to 7. And so usually when you go up to 7, you're thinking either 5th position, 5, 6, 7, right? And your ring's going to grab those 7s. So just be mindful when you get to page 2, that's going to be happening. And 4s, talk yourself into it. 4s are always your pinky, no matter how much you hate it. Okay? So we hate F chord, and we hate using our pinky. Those are the 2 things I got to talk you into doing both of those consistently. All right, let's go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four. We're at the top. Major 17. Top. Okay. Very regal, very bureaucratic, right? Boom, boom, ba-da-dum. Right? So that's what you're after on this one. Trying to get that nice, stately feeling of just the Prince of Denmark has just walked in, right? We're assuming he's a stately guy. These days, I think it was the president of Finland is this young girl, like she's like 27 or something. And I may have that wrong. I can't remember what one of the northern countries has a very, very young female president. And you're like, she'd probably walk in a pair of jeans and a ball cap on. But all right, let's go into maybe it's a queen or a princess or something I was looking at. I don't remember. Let's go in now to the tough acts. Okay, and I'm going to play as slow as I possibly can so that those of you guys that are working on the tough acts can have a shot at it. For those of you that are working on melody, and you're like, nope, I'm not ready for tough act. Just play along as slowly as I'm playing and see if you can just nail everything really nicely. Okay, let's try it as slow as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top. There's something very funny about that song that I really, really enjoy. I don't know what it is. Hopefully that's coming along for you. Hopefully it's fun, right? All right. And then for those of you guys that are level 4 that are working on YMCA, as I've told you guys, please, if you want to play YMCA, you got to send me an email and I send you how you go about doing that. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. YMCA is, we wanted to dial back the crazy from the prior week. Those of you guys who were here the prior week, prior month, we did Remember Me from Coco, and it hurt my fingers. And so we came to this one so we'd have something a tiny bit less stressful, less painful. What we want. I got lost. I wasn't shouting out the measure numbers, right? Because I was using my full brain to do that. So yeah, Trumpet Voluntary. Probably make yourself some little notes, right? When you get here, go to here. That's one of the things I do on all of my conductor scores. If I have a repeat and it says, I always write, go to 27, go to 15, go to, in this case it'd be 8. Keep going and measure 9. Keep going, go to 17, stop. That's what I would have on my notes on measure 8. Trumpet Voluntary is not one of those songs that's just part of our DNA, right? If we were playing Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees, we would be fine, right? Was it the Bee Gees? Or if we were playing, what's the Aretha Franklin one? Respect? Was it Respect? We would know how that goes. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, yeah. Well, we would know how that one goes, but with Trumpet Voluntary, not so much. All right, YMCA, we know how this goes. Okay, remember 1 through 8. Go back 1 through 8 again. Percussion, bum, bum, bum. Rest 10 through 18, 10 through 16. Finish up on 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, and I will have to reach up because I don't have my foot pedal on because it's sitting over at the shop. I will have a mess of a problem getting from measure 16 to measure 19 here on my computer. So just know if there's this moment where I have this panic look on my face, it's because of that. We're out of time, so we'll do it one time. Okay, pick your poison. Do the chords, do the melody, do the tough, whatever you want, and then we're going to talk very quickly about tomorrow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the page. And to finish up at 21. Still butchering up that second part just a little bit. We'll have it cleaned up for tonight, I hope. All right, very quickly. We got this Thursday, right? This is the end of the instruction for the week. You don't need to listen to me anymore. Tomorrow, tonight, if you are a level 4 and you want to work on YMCA, come at 8 o'clock tonight to the Denver Guitar Orchestra. There'll be a link. Even if you're not doing the song itself and you want to sit in and talk to the folks, you can. So the class is free, but you got the you probably want the sheet music too, right? So send me an email, and then. So that's tonight, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, whatever time that is for you, Mountain Daylight Time, sorry. Then tomorrow we have our concert, right? We have the 4-song concert. Hopefully I talk less during those days. We will do it exactly what we did today. We'll go through Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Tomorrow we get together, Trumpet Voluntary, and then finally YMCA. Find your way, your best way, and put your best foot forward so that tomorrow you can just walk in. Whatever way you're going to play it, you're going to play it that way. Okay, and so spend a little bit of time tonight or tomorrow morning just making sure you're feeling fresh with that, and that your sheet music's all in good order, and your guitar's tuned up. And then tomorrow we finish up the week strong. Usually the 4-song concert just sort of zips right on by. We have a great time, and then we call it a day. So that's it. Evelyn is mentioning that the YMCA has a beautiful melody. It's actually funny. We're so used to being silly whenever it's on YMCA, right? And but it's actually, the melody is actually quite good. And so a lot of times with pop tunes, they don't have any melody at all. Prince's Purple Rain, basically it's one note the whole way through, and you don't know until you, as a musician, you start digging into, I might want to play that, and you're like, wait a minute, there's nothing to play here. YMCA is the opposite. It's got a ton of really fun stuff to do there. Not particularly complicated chord structure, but actually a really solid melody. So yeah, so you can have fun with that one. All right, so hopefully if you're level 4 or you want to just come and sit in on the YMCA discussion, that's tonight at 8 p.m. And then tomorrow we have all 4 songs again, and then that's it for the week. So which will mean Row, Row, Row Your Boat gets put in the can, and the more we get together is gone. And Trumpet Voluntary, tomorrow's your last shot to get it right. And then we move on next week. I've already posted what the next songs are, and you guys can get started on those. Don't start until Friday afternoon after the concert. Don't get yourself confused as to what you should be working on. That's it. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see some of you tonight, and I will see the rest of you tomorrow. Have a great night, okay, guys? Thanks.